So a new video has resurfaced where Andrew Tate supposedly confesses to destroying evidence, which this has worried quite a lot of fans. Obviously we know he's stuck in a Romanian prison right now, and this could end bad.
There's a few things I can't say in the podcast. I've lived a varied life. Right, I've done some things when I had to pay the bills.
Right.
So I was a bit like, what's this going to be? So I flush my phone down the toilet quickly. Boom. Shit, I'm coming. So I'm trying to hide shit. I'm looking around. Like, what do I have to hide?
One thing personally I know from Tate is a lot of the things he says are for clips. He knows what gets views and he knows what gets shared around. So whether this is the truth or whether he was just joking around, I'll leave that down to you guys.
And then I had one girl, and she got too drunk one day, and she threw up in my apartment. I told her to clean up. She refused to clean up. Start being an idiot. So I took her stuff, threw out the window. Because it's like, it's about that. With women, you never hit a girl, right? Can't do that. But if
we learned that the hard way last week.
You can't hit them. But if all the other girls see me be disrespected, they're going to lose respect for me.
Facts.
Right?
Yep.
So when she's like, I ain't cleaning that up, you get that. So I was like, look, I don't care. And she was my biggest earning girl. She made me on her own maybe $25,000 a month.
Oh, shit.
So I didn't want to fire her. And she knew I didn't want to fire her, which is more reason why I had to fire her ass. So I was like, all right, cool. You want to be a gangster? Right, you're a gangster. Got her shit. We're like high up. We're like high up, like here. It was just out the window. So throws out the window. Got her by her two arms and marched her out the door, locked the door. End of it. So it's 5 in the morning, and this is about 4 months later. 5 in the morning, 4 months later, I'm laying in bed. Girl here, chilling, living the life. And I heard the door, boom, 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 boom. And I don't know how I knew. I just knew it was police. The way they knocked that door, I was like, if you were going to rob me, you'd kick the door in, or this is just too obvious. And as soon as I heard that noise, I just paused for a second. I heard police, and I was like, man. Damn it. I was like, but I didn't know what it was for, right? But there's a few things I can't say in the podcast. I've lived a varied life. Right, I've done some things when I had to pay the bill.
So it's a very difficult one, but here we can see Tate is literally confessing to committing crimes in the past and literally admitting that he has done things which is illegal. In this instance, it's not looking good, because this is literally classed as self-snitching, which the authorities will use against him. And there has been news articles saying that you would not want to be his lawyer right now, as all this video is out here online for the public to see.
Eventually the door comes off the hinges, boom, police bust in, fully armored, helmet, boom. The guy at the back had a clipboard of me standing there after one of my fights with a world title belt, and they sent like the big man squad, like the crazy man.
Yeah.
All the officers were like 6'6".
Yeah.
The big boys came.
Damn.
They sent all the niggas to get you.
Yeah,
the British
they
niggas.
said the big boys. And I'm standing there like, okay. So I was like, who are you? And they're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like,
wait, this is dumb hoe?
And the police were like, well, look, don't talk to us. We just have to bring you in, talk to the investigator. So I went to the investigator. They kept me in a cell for a day and a half. They sent officers to raid my house, took all my electronics, took all my phones, all my laptops, went through my entire personal life, found 11 new things to raise charges against me for. It's unrelated, because the original case got dropped. Because she had no evidence and she was lying. Because all the other girls in the house went on my behalf
and testified against her.
She's lying.
Yeah,
right.
So they're like, okay, but we've been through his life. He has a Lambo and a bunch of pussy, and he's enjoying himself. And that's not allowed in the Western world. So we've been through his life, and we found 11 new reasons to raise crap against him.
So it's a very common tactic for the law enforcement to use minor suspicions as an excuse to search property or vehicle. Now clearly they were using this woman as an excuse to try and build more information for future cases, which they were probably already investigating on the Tate'S.
So I had 11 new charges, blah, 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 and I just woke up one day and said, I cannot live in this kind of, I will not live under a government that will do this to me when I've done nothing wrong. So I had to leave and go somewhere, and by coincidence, I had a fight coming up in Romania, so I went and fought in Romania, and I just thought, you know what, I'll hang around here for a few months. And then boom, 5 years later, I'm still there. So that's the long, varied story of how I ended up in Romania. So that's why I'm there. It's a joke now, right? But I was in a police cell looking at police time, right? I spent $450,000 on legal fees keeping my ass free. So even though I was completely innocent of the original charge, even though the police said to me, yes, we know she lied, but now we've been through your entire personal life, we got new reasons to mess with you.
So this here has been said on news articles that Tate is literally admitting to fleeing the country to avoid police investigation, which the Romanian authorities would have saw this and became a little bit interested in him so they could dig a little bit deeper. One thing that we all need to remember though is innocent until proven guilty, but it's just proven that videos like this being online will not help in his favour. Hopefully we can hear from the brothers themselves. Today, I think we should have an update on whether he is released early or not, as this was confirmed by a Romanian lawyer.
I don't know, like any other thing, right? And in my opinion, this can take anywhere from 1 to 3 years. And it's mainly because I assume that they're not going to recognize the crimes that they're making. You see, the law in Romania has like a simplified version of a trial. But it implies that the suspects have to recognize the crimes that they're making, right? And so the process will be easier and it will take a shorter period of time. But assuming, again, given by the fact that they didn't give any statement and they didn't want to discuss anything once they faced with the prosecutor in this stage of the investigation, I assume they won't want to recognize the crimes because they state very clearly that they are not, they didn't commit any of it.
And so would that mean that the Tate brothers will stay under arrest during that period?
No. So the fact that the trial will go on for 1 to 3 years does not mean that they're going to stay under arrest for so long. Right now, they are under arrest for 30 days, which, by the way, their lawyers already appealed the decision. We are expecting on January 5th. But after this, my prediction is that it's going to be denied. But after this 30 days period is finished, I would say that they are going to be set free. But the prosecutor can propose to the judge to extend this 30 days period with another 30 days, and then another 30 days, and then another 30 days, up to 180 days in total. So that's 6 months in total, right?
I'll be honest, it is quite worrying that they can just be kept for 30 days, then 30 days, then another 30 days. I'd say it's going to turn out to be a long time, and a lot of things can change within that time frame.
Now, it's unusual that this happens, right? And the prosecutor would have to come with further evidence in that case to show the judge that, hey, if we let these guys out right now, after these 30 days, then it will be, we could get into troubles and it could affect the investigation. So that's what is going to happen.
And so you mentioned that you predict that such an appeal will be denied. Why do you think so?
Well, I think it is going to be denied because they wouldn't give in the first case, it was only one judge, right? That decided to keep them for 30 days under arrest. Now, since they appealed, there will be 2 judges, right? But we have to understand the fact that the prosecutor, given that he has so much experience and he's so well known, right? He wouldn't put his image and he wouldn't go and try to arrest them without having clear evidence, right? And also the judge wouldn't give this 30 days arrest in the first instance if it wasn't enough evidence. And so now the most likely outcome would be that their appeal will be denied.
This full interview will be linked down below, so make sure to go and check that out, as there is a lot of information in that you'll be interested in. But I must say, it's super cool to get this information from a Romanian lawyer himself. Big props to the man himself, Stefan, as he is doing a huge job at keeping us all updated and in the loop with the Romanian laws. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below, like, subscribe to the notifications on.